At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
The holidays are coming, and so are your relatives. Room to Room is here to help you get ready for company. Enjoy 50% off on the furniture you need, dining, sleepers, mattresses, and more. Plus 24-month special financing. Company's coming. Get ready at Room to Room Tupelo.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Good evening and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor, and what a day it was here in North Mississippi. I mean, honestly, it makes you feel as good as koalas do up in the tree. And yes, that is a reference that's very unique but applicable to the situation that we're in. Our chief meteorologist Matt Laupon live in Australia showing us what it's like to live the life of a koala bear. Matt, take it away and show us what you got over there in Australia.
Laupon was the most excited to see here.
Hang on, Matt. I think we might need to come back here in 1 second. I don't know if the live shot's cutting out or not. Wait, we might have it now. I'm going to go to it so you guys can see the koala, and hopefully Matt comes back.
My daughter reminded me they sleep somewhere around 20 hours.
Well, I think we might have lost him. We'll have to come back and see if we can get a look in there. But, I mean, he is several countries away. So give some grace. But, yeah, technology does not want to cooperate here at the 10 o'clock hour. But we do have a great video that we'll be showing you here in just a moment from one of his look-ins there in Australia. And I'll try. I think he's back up, actually. Let me try one more time. Fingers crossed. Say your prayers. Matt, I think you're back. I think you're back up and running. So I'm going to send it to you right now to take advantage.
One's here taking pictures of the thing my kids were the most excited about, or one of them was most excited about, koala bear. We're at the Australia Zoo, of course, probably most well known for the late Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. The family runs it still. The family started it under a different name when he was young. Yeah, we're checking out koalas. I guess this we're being crocodile hunter. I can't zoom it in on there. We've got a couple of them in the water over there. Well, you can see that big guy kind of go. I could zoom it for you. But yeah, a little bit about much higher. Come up in just a few minutes. I got to get over there. Crocoseum. That's right. It's him for crocodiles. To watch the crocodile show here in a few minutes, but just wanted to show you the warm and pretty dry that we have out here. Obviously, rainfall back in the forecast in North Mississippi as well, Gabe, and that's one of the things you're tracking here coming up.
Exactly, Matt. And hopefully technology, I mean, it's a little bit of a struggle whenever you're several countries, continents away, however you want to word it. But luckily getting the general idea. I mean, koalas over there in Australia enjoying the Australia Zoo right now, which he was talking to me behind the scenes, was actually owned by Steve Irwin, the late, the great Steve Irwin, and still run by the family to this day. So they were talking about crocodiles, showing you a live look in there, but also some live look at koalas. And they're going back to a crocotorium, I think is what it was called. But still, he's going to have video throughout the day tomorrow, so he'll be telling us all about what he was able to experience. And again, a big thank you to MLM for sponsoring him on this journey, so that way we can be a part of him as well and be able to see what he's seeing, because it's been such a cool journey, an action-filled trip. And yeah, I feel like I've been in Australia with him with all the videos that we're getting. So we'll have a look in there as well with another one of his updates that he sent, and a little bit better footage as well. So a little something to look forward to. But coming up, he was talking about dry over there in Australia. Guys, It's been pretty dry here in North Mississippi as well, but we do have an update on burn bans in the positive direction. Yes, some of that rainfall has helped with some of those burn bans. We'll have a latest look at that here in just a moment. Light showers move in overnight. That frontal boundary is really kicking into the forecast. And that's going to give us the potential for, I say light showers, but as we move into our Tuesday, some more moderate showers in that forecast. And then we have a different type of shower overnight, a meteor shower, and we'll talk more details about that and when to expect that and how that forecast is not really cooperating coming up in just a minute on Mississippi Live Weather at 10. First look at the first 12 here in the Room to Room Weather Center, 54 degrees by 11, same thing around 2 a.m. And honestly, guys, we don't cool off much from there on out because what you see entering the forecast is that minimal amount of cloud cover really becoming increasing in coverage by 5, 8, and 11 a.m. 10 to 20% coverage all throughout our forecast for our Tuesday morning, even there towards the late morning hours. What's changed from the 6 o'clock hour to the 10 o'clock hour? Well, there has been a little bit of a shift in the timing, so some of those showers lingering just a bit later, and we'll look at that here in just a moment. So latest look at burn bans right here. You can kind of see that we do have, did it cancel out? Let me go back behind the scenes here real quick because I don't know what happened. Technology, not a friend at the 10 o'clock hour, right? So this is a look at burn bans, if I can pull it up here real quick. Bear with me one moment behind the scenes. You know what? I don't know if this is going to work. There we go. I don't know why it's going away. Okay. Well, anyway, you get it on your screen right there. We are dealing with Attala County still in those burn bans, but the difference is Lee County has since been lifted. So folks out there in Tupelo, burn to your heart's delight, as long as it's, appropriate. But still, burn bans are lifted here in Tupelo. They did expire at on October 19th. So now that we're on October 20th, we can now burn freely and get that rubble that we've been looking outside our door at finally cleared from the area. So go ahead and do that, but again, do so in a safe manner because it is still somewhat dry out there in the forecast. 54 degrees in Tupelo right now. Cleveland, 63 degrees. So folks out there, a little bit mild, and mild is an understatement in that forecast overnight. Dew point's currently at 54. We said that would rise over the coming hours, and that has done exactly that, following the forecast nearly to a T. So we expect mid-50s all the way to upper 50s overnight, priming the environment for a little bit more of that saturated forecast. Mississippi Live Weather Radar not showcasing anything in the form of rainfall, but we do have that pushing in overnight, so enjoy those dry conditions while they last. Monday all around has been a very dry forecast, but if we expand things out, we can see that I know it's kind of impossible to see, but we have gotten some rainfall associated with this front. And this is how weak that front has been. I mean, I'm going to go all the way up there towards Waterloo, Iowa, Omaha, Nebraska, even down here towards Kansas City. And you can kind of see trace amounts of rainfall all the way up to 0.14 inches. So 1/10 of an inch there just on the east side of Des Moines. So that's the extent of the moisture that we're going to see. Not exactly going to be a significant rainfall, but even a few drops. Not going to complain about that here in North Mississippi. And that's what we'll be getting as that front inches closer. So we do have this high pressure center being driven out of the forecast and into the Atlantic coast. Then the cold front moves in, that shift in the atmosphere that's going to allow for some of those showers to form. So there you see centered along Little Rock and Jonesboro and inching closer and closer as we get further into those overnight hours. So by 1 to 2 a.m., you can see that forecast starting to enter there into North Mississippi. Expanding in on that just a little bit more, you can see that line right over the Memphis area by 3 a.m. And there's where those showers start, Clarksdale, Shelby, and Cleveland. We keep that forecast going. Very light showers overall around Clarksdale, Pine Bluff, and Little Rock. But that's that line just extending on through. Once we add some of that daytime heating element to the forecast, that'll make for some moderate showers and possibly even a few rumbles of thunder. Now, I want to set the record straight right now. Are we talking about any severe weather? No. This is not a cold front that will be producing severe weather. Definitely not anything close to what we had over the weekend. So that's a fortunate thing because it's giving us rainfall and pretty significant rainfall in some spots, but no severe weather at the same time. No complaints about that forecast, and definitely appreciating all of the all of the rainfall that we're going to have. Greenville all the way down to Shreveport, this line of moderate showers and even a few rumbles of thunder, like I said. So we'll include storms in there, moving through the region, becoming a little bit more significant because this is slightly later. So we're adding that daytime heating, allowing for some more of that lift to take place, making these storm tops just a bit higher. And that's why we're getting some more heavy rain droplets or larger rain droplets falling. And that's going to result in some more more significant moisture. That clearing out of the Louisville area closer to about 1 p.m. and then on there past the Golden Triangle beyond that hour. So we do have rain chances pushed back into the forecast, 10% by 6, 20% by 9. Same thing there by noon. And as we get towards the afternoon, I meant to update the sky conditions. I apologize, I didn't update that. But 10% coverage there around 3 before those showers clear out for the good part of our Tuesday afternoon and the good part of the extended forecast, because beyond this, high pressure settles in and brings in some cold. I'm going to say cold lightly, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be much cooler than what we'll be at tomorrow morning. So definitely excited about that. Definitely ready to get more of this fall-like pattern. And I mean, we are in fall, so fall-like needs to be in fall. Right? Makes sense. So coming up in the next 60, we do have a look out of Australia. Matt showing us what he was seeing earlier on, a really cool view down in Australia as he was up there in the rainforest earlier today. Might have been yesterday. Australia time, completely different than American time right now. And I'm still getting used to it. But also we're going to have a poll from you guys and the results from that poll, which honestly humbled me a little bit because, well, you'll find out why. But that all coming up in the Room to Room Weather Center, coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 10 here in the next 60. Oh, I clicked off of it. Bear with me behind the scenes.
At Bulldog Burger, we take the burger game to the next level, like the Freshman 15, stacked with panko fried mozzarella. Unleash your appetite.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynard.
Well, a beautiful forecast outside no matter where you're at. This getting a look there towards Pontotoc. 55 degrees with dew points around 45, so ever so slowly that moisture is returning to the forecast and kind of priming the environment for some more of those showers and storms to push in by our Tuesday. Not just in Pontotoc, but also out there towards Rolling Fork. 60 degrees right now, dew point's 53, so even that 8-degree difference in dew point matters in regards to getting that atmosphere ready for that cold front to move in. Winds still coming out of the south about 8 miles an hour. I'd say anywhere from 5 to 10, which is supplemental to getting that moisture all the way here to North Mississippi. So as of right now, not tracking anything rainfall-wise, all of that in the extended forecast and further out there towards Arkansas as of this point. You're getting a look at some of that cloud cover already starting to form from, I guess that would be McAllister, Oklahoma, towards Jonesboro, Arkansas, and that inching closer to North Mississippi. And that right there, that line of clouds is your front. So that's what we're tracking here in the extended forecast. And when we say extended, we are talking about overnight hours. So day planner, yes, 3 a.m., 10% coverage for that rainfall, and 6 a.m., kind of the same thing. But these chances, these two 10% chances right here for your early morning hours, not going to be significant rainfall. We're talking maybe a few hundredths of an inch, and that's on the best case scenario. It's the latter part of our morning that will push in more of that significant moisture. So as we take a look at Futurecast, don't be expecting anything on the high side when it comes to rain chances. Here's a look at 2 a.m., and you're seeing that little bit of moisture we do have right along that cold front. And again, this is very light, and probably a lot of this on the more elevated side, many not reaching all the way to the surface because we did have a pretty dry day. But pushing more into that 4 and 5 o'clock hour, you can see some of that moisture trying to inch in, but a lot of this on our scale right here doesn't exceed the dark greens, meaning that we're not getting those yellows, those oranges, or those reds, which is usually associated with more heavy rainfall or significant rainfall. So not going to be a drought-busting rain situation for the start of our Tuesday. But what it will do is act as a blanket there in our sky, that cloud cover, even on the leading edge, kind of trapping that heat that we do have and not letting it escape. So that's why we have slightly warmer conditions across North Mississippi, 52 in Amory, 54 New Albany, and same thing Water Valley, 58 Cleveland, and Greenville, 60 degrees, as those are the primed areas of getting that first batch of showers. But let's push into the rest of the forecast. And first look at that will be in our school day forecast. Drop off around 20% coverage coverage, and even by lunch, 20% as well. That final bell does have a little bit of moisture left in the area, but how long does that front want to stick around? I mean, if it truly saw the beauty of North Mississippi, it'd stay here forever. But it's got to pack its bags and get out of town at some point. So that rainfall not going to be here forever either. So fortunately, we will have some dry spot on our Tuesday. But when exactly will that happen? Well, we'll walk through this hour by hour right here on Futurecast. So 7:30, there's a look at those showers as we get there towards Clarksdale, Shelby, all the way east towards Oxford, and even parts of Pontotoc experiencing those showers. Those start to progress south and east as we get further into the forecast. So 9 a.m., that front getting those showers all the way into Lee County, Pontotoc, Prentiss, even there towards Tishomingo, and as far west, I mean, we're talking Greenville getting those showers already as well. Now, what you do see different now compared to those earlier hours is those reds and yellows popping up a bit more frequently, and that's going to be associated with some of that more significant moisture. So front continues to inch ever so slowly out of the area. 10:30 on your Tuesday, still seeing some of those reds and yellows pop up, but that very defined line that stretches from Hollandale to Bruce to Tupelo all the way to Fulton, honestly, going to be there by 10:30, and that line, well, Siri's excited about the forecast. But as we get into the rest of our Futurecast, and keep in mind that when I said that, she pulled up Mississippi Live weather. All the more reason to download it. Tuesday around lunchtime, that line inches closer to Monroe County, Clay County, and Webster County, and there we see that defined line really carry out of the area for the most part, still around the Golden Triangle, but by 1:30 drying up just a bit. And look behind this front. I mean, really still lingering Noxubee and Pickens County, but back behind this, gusty conditions, probably 10 to 15, maybe even gusts around 20 miles an hour during that 3 o'clock hour. And where is it coming from? The northwest, which is that drier continental air that's going to give us those dry conditions, those clear conditions, and those cool conditions. Yes, if you missed it for your Tuesday morning, don't worry, it does not stick around forever. Those temperatures will drop once again. So Tuesday evening, already dealing with those dry conditions across the region, so enjoy it, get outside and plan something to get out there and enjoy it. Just have those long sleeves handy. High temperatures for your Tuesday, already feeling the impacts of some of that cooler air as we have 72 in Boonville, 73 in Corinth, 73 Holly Springs. Further towards the south, not cooling off as quickly, so 78 still being seen in Greenwood, 77 Cleveland, and 75 around Louisville. If we keep that forecast going into the future, you can kind of see Tuesday night staying on the drier side and clearer side with all of these clear conditions across North Mississippi. This allows the heat to escape, and that's why we're going to be much cooler for the start of our Wednesday as well. A, you have this northerly wind, but B, you have nothing to trap that heat. You have no blanket on. Have you ever been in front of an air conditioning unit without a blanket on? Trust me, it is very uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortably cold because you don't have anything to keep your heat right there on you. And so that's really the art of a blanket. It makes me appreciate it a little bit more, that little piece of cloth over you as you sleep. 3 a.m., still those clear conditions, and even there by Wednesday morning. This is what I'm talking about. Those cooled, there we go. We're going to say cooled because it satisfies both sides of the spectrum forecast for your Wednesday. And as we get into the rest of our Wednesday, of course, that sunshine allowing things to do the exact opposite, warm up our atmosphere because the heat is able to be absorbed at the surface all the way from that sunshine. So 12 p.m. already getting a little bit more comfortable, and those continue even into the afternoon. Now, what you may notice is your Wednesday afternoon, no chance of rain, no cloud cover, no anything. I say that. Where'd you come from? Anyway, still, for the most part, no cloud cover, and that's going to be the enjoyable part of our Wednesday. So if you didn't make plans for Tuesday evening, Wednesday, that's your day. Go ahead and make some plans before those midweek services for church, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. High temperatures already being impacted, dropping just a bit with 69 in Boonville, 68 towards Iuka, 74 around Columbus, and 75 towards Belzona. So seeing those temperatures tick back just a bit, and no complaints here if you wanted some of that cooler air. Here's a look at rain chance hour by hour overnight, and you see 3 a.m. all the way to 6 a.m. about 10% coverage, and then 7 a.m. honestly all the way into the lunch hour, seeing 20% coverage. So this isn't going to be an overly impactful event. Coverage not going to be overly high over the weekend. I mean, we got up to 60 to 70% coverage at times throughout those overnight hours. Not the case here. This is going to be very limited coverage, but at least those limited areas that do see rainfall going to be getting some significant rainfall at that. As you look at rainfall totals throughout your Tuesday, of course, staying on the drier side throughout the 2 to 4 a.m. hour, that's a lot of that rainfall not really significant out there towards Clarksdale and Tunica. But as we get further into the forecast, we're talking into those early morning hours, 6 to 8 a.m. There's a look at some of those stripes, and those stripes indicative of about 1/10 of an inch. So yes, it's not a lot, but at least it's something that's measurable, and that's where we get into some of those dents in the drought monitor. That, of course, continues throughout the region, and we're seeing a few hundredths of an inch, but those brighter blue stripes showing about 1/10 of an inch at times, and that's the stripes that we're looking at in the forecast. Of course, this is by 10 a.m. on into 12 p.m., your lunchtime hour, getting that all the way towards Clay County, Monroe County, but really getting a decent output of rainfall, and that's the fortunate thing with this forecast. Trying to inch southeast, and of course giving folks down around the Golden Triangle and further along Noxubee and Pickens County some decent chances of rainfall as well. It's going to be a great forecast and one that is giving us exactly what we need. The unfortunate part about it, we do have a meteor shower tonight, peaking in coverage, and this is going to be happening all the way through October 21st through October 23rd. Forgive me if I butcher this name, but Orionid, that's what we're calling it tonight. And that peaks, of course, for the next 3 days. So luckily tonight, yes, we are dealing with those light showers, but tomorrow night looks much better with clear skies. And the night after that even sticks with those clearer conditions. So we will get some time frame that we get to enjoy this meteor shower. And I encourage you, if you do go view this, send pictures to Mississippi Live Weather, and we will showcase those on our broadcast heading into the next couple of days. This, of course, happens 1 a.m. to dawn during that peak coverage, but our best chance is around pre-dawn, those pre-dawn hours, and that coverage is 15 to 20 meteors an hour. It could be even higher than that at times. So get out there and enjoy it, but have those layers just in case. And for tonight, have that rain gear just in case. Folks south and east around Noxubee and Pickens County probably getting the best viewing this evening, as you guys are going to be the last folks to see that line move through your area. So try and get out there and enjoy it. Starkville, I know there's some astronomy clubs down there at State. Go ahead and get out there and enjoy it as well. I know folks out there always have the greatest viewing experiences, and I hope you guys do something for this one as well. I think it was the eclipse. I was able to go down there and view it with you guys, and honestly, it's so fun having all these people just excited about the same thing, and that was just looking up at the sky. We do it for a living, so having people be excited about what we're excited about, it makes you feel good. So try and get out there and enjoy it. Although tonight's not your best night, the next couple of days should be good. So Wednesday, as you can see, plenty of sunshine. Same thing for Thursday, mostly sunny skies, but those partly cloudy conditions move in by Friday. Potential for maybe a pop-up shower or two towards northwest Mississippi, but our best chance is still going to be Saturday and Sunday with 30 to 40% coverage, and this could be on the climb as well. And then as you see, rain chances linger on a Monday. If we had an 8th day right here, we would have another chance of rainfall. So going to be a pretty saturated week next week. Potential for some strong storms in the forecast, but this is 7 to 8 days out. So we are kind of watching this hesitantly, and we expect that forecast to change similar to how it changed last week. Like, we're always having these questions leading up to these events because models don't really want to agree so much. So we'll look at that behind the scenes and continue to assess it and update you guys as need be as we get closer to that forecast. But I do have something that I was very excited to show you guys, and that was the poll. And again, a humbling experience with this poll of the day. And as you can see right here, the question was, what temperature is cold enough to turn on the heat? To give you perspective of why this is humbling, the Maynard household, we turned on our heat last night for the first time ever, or ever for this fall and winter season. But yeah, got it back going. Temperatures were 42 degrees this morning. I said, you know what, that's enough. And my wife agreed with me, so we were able to turn on the heat and a comfortable start to the day. So that was 42 degrees, so I would say that we are under the 45 degree mark. But honestly, I've been wanting it since it turned 55 degrees. So finally, my wife, she's much better than me at kind of holding off on that heat, but I did convince her last night. So less than 45 was about 60%, 46 to 50 was about 26%, I believe. 56 to 60 was 9%, and then 51 to 55, 5%. So you can see the vast majority of us saying less than 45 degrees. Are you in this? Well, let us know on Facebook. Meteorologist Gabe Maynard. The poll is up and running, and I love hearing the responses from you guys. The reasoning in the comments of why you do what you do. I mean, like I said, it's teaching me new things all the time. So I might take some of your advice and maybe hold off on that heat in the future. But for tonight, I think we have the heat going again. So yes. But anyway, this pretty much wraps it up for our 10 o'clock broadcast. If you have not already, go ahead and download that Mississippi Live Weather app. It's free and available on iOS and Android. So get that, stay informed as rain chances are in the future. Lets you know tomorrow morning when rain is approaching your area. Helps a ton with planning that day out and knowing when to keep that rain gear handy. And if you don't have the Mississippi Live Weather app, well, you'll miss out on our live shows as well. Meteorologist Maggie McCauley walking you through that forecast at 6:37 and 7:30. Probably in the midst of a few showers moving moving through the region. She'll have the latest for you on storm tracks as well as the futurecast, telling you when those showers are going to approach other areas and how long to expect it for. She'll have the very latest for us, and I'll be back with you guys tomorrow evening at 5, 6, and 10, walk you through that forecast and the extended outlook, and it'll look much better coming up at 5, 6, and 10. Until then, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Turn that heat on or not, your choice. But let us know in the comment, or let us know on Facebook what you guys do and tell us the reasons why. We look forward to hearing your responses, and we'll see you guys back here for your Tuesday.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.